Does this look familiar to you? It should do, because it's Donington Pit Lane, but this isn't a race day. This is a mixture day. This is a track day with speed freaks, but also it's a launch day for the European Superbike School. What's that? Well, they've got guys like Neal, McKenzie and Frankie Kelly in it. Sounds interesting? You come with me and we'll see what it's all about. Tony Scott, you are the man behind the European Superbike School. It's a good job around here. We can hear one another a little bit better, can't we, than around the front. But tell me, what's the Superbike School about? Now, one thing I should say, we're here to Speed Freaks Day in the background, which is what all the noise is about, but what's your school actually about?
Well, I've been riding motorcycles since I was a legal age, but I actually tried my hand at racing when I was 36, which was quite late. And I discovered at that point that I really couldn't ride a motorcycle quite as well as I thought I could. On my very first race around Gerrard's at Mallory, I saw riders coming past me and I couldn't understand why. I was going as fast as I possibly could. What was it they knew that I didn't? And that started me off on a little voyage of discovery. And what I discovered is that these guys who are fast have a box of tools up here. And what I wanted to do was build a school that could give people that are coming to track days now, and there's so much of it, those tools to help them get faster.
So it's not just you're not messing around with a name, as it were, it really is a school, isn't it? Because you do have classroom sessions and you also got this modular business, yeah? Yeah,
absolutely. When you look at any event, they're all 2 days long. You begin on your very first day with a mixture of classroom, on-circuit activity and workshops. And all the people that are delivering this information are accomplished people within the field of racing. We also have a second day onto the school as well, because they're all 2-day events, and therefore the second day is designed as practice. So there's no more classroom, no more workshop. So what we do is we give you the tools, which give you the confidence, and then we give you the practice that gives you the skill.
Now, I know, interesting you said that. They are all 2-day sessions, are they? Right from the very beginning?
Right from the very beginning. All courses are 2 days. The reason we structured them like that was because we can only do so much practice on circuit within the first day. And what we feel is that once we've given you all of that information, we want to give you an evening in between, a social event with the instructors and the chief instructors, where you can sit down, relax and reflect on your day and plan out your second day. And that way, the whole thing becomes more constructive and bolts together properly.
And then you can just build up. So the true novice can come along, just like a track day. The guy who hasn't done anything before, he can come along in your module 1, yeah?
Absolutely.
And he can stop there if he wants to, can't he?
If he wants to. I mean, they can come in. One thing that we don't do is force people to come in at a level like many other schools do. You're allowed to come in at level 1 or 2 without any form of assessment. But once we go past level 2, we like to have a look at you first. We want to know that you've got some of those basic skills before we start moving you up the levels.
Okay, and where does Neal, McKenzie and Frankie Kelly come in? I mean, are they with the novices on day 1?
Absolutely. They're with every single group. They put an awful lot of input into the school, and it's their information that comes in at the higher levels. But when we do each school event, they will spend time with every single group out on circuit, within the classrooms and the workshops. It's only when we get to level 6 do we start saying, well, you can actually spend a whole day one-to-one with Neal or with Frankie.
I'm with you. Now, the important thing, all this sounds very involved, it sounds very expensive, so how does it start? Where do we start with these modules?
It's actually, when you weigh it up over the 2 days, it's very competitively priced. We charge £430 for the full 2-day event. Yeah. The only thing that you've got to find is your accommodation in between, but we let you know where we're staying, so we all stay as a big group, as a big family, if you like. It is an event.
Well, that was the theory, but what about the practice? Let's go and find that man, Neal McKenzie. Neal, the famous Neal McKenzie, turned into a teacher, so this is a bit of a change for you, isn't it?
It is a bit of a change. When I was racing, I was never very keen on passing on any information, particularly to fellow riders. But now that's all over, and I'm happy to come along and do a bit of race tuition at race schools.
So they can learn all your secrets, eh?
Well, there's no great secrets, but I can pass on a few tips and maybe a few shortcuts, and if I can help someone to be safer and get around the racetrack a bit safer, then my job will be done.
Right, now, on the school, I know that it's all split up into different modules, so you can sort of, from the pure novice to the person who really wants to go serious racing. So where do you fit in? Are you available for all of these?
Well, I'll be around at 10 of the dates at the racetracks in the UK. We'll be around most of the racetracks in the UK, not Kill in Scotland. So I'll be around and I'll be joining in the class sessions and the workshop sessions, and also out in the racetrack. At some point I'll be out with all of the riders during the day on the racetrack.
Yeah, just to polish up their technique or just tell them where they're going wrong, because something that's fascinated me, I mean, true top motorcycle racers must be like artists really. They've got an innate talent, haven't they? There's some people who are never going to make it and others who've got some talent that you can bring along. I mean, is that how it splits?
That's certainly true. I think the riders that make it to the very top, to World Championship level, they are born with a natural talent. But there's a lot of fast riders out there that can have skills that can be honed further, and we can, as I say, we can make them safer, make them faster, and give them more satisfaction if they do turn up at a racetrack, whether it's a track day or to go racing.
Is there a single mistake that you'd say that people make, you know, when they come on a school or a track day? Because I know you've done a bit of instruction on track days before. I mean, is there one big thing that sticks out that you think, oh my God, you know, is there a single thing that people get wrong?
Well, I think they show up and want to go fast on the first lap, and what our school is all about is taking it in easy stages. First assessment, then going out there, having a look, see where we can improve weaknesses and maybe improve even strengths. But the key is not to rush it, and things take time to get going. It takes time to get your body warmed up, to get tyres warmed up, so you can really use a whole day just getting up to the speed for the end of the day.
And I presume you can quickly spot someone, because watching some of the guys going around today, there's a hell of a mixed ability, isn't there, that you get on these days. You get the guy, no matter what his kit's like, he can still wobble around, can't he? And then you get the other guys very smooth.
Well, yeah, smoothness again is really important. But yeah, I mean, I'm no great wizard. I can't make everyone as fast as Carl Fogarty, but I can get out there and help them and just have a look and see maybe something obvious that they're doing wrong that they're not aware of, or even a little bit of machine setup if their bike's not handling properly and something's really obvious, and we can help in that area as well.
Excellent. Well, it's good to see you're still involved in bike racing, and I suppose you always will be at some level, so I'm going to leave you to get your kids on.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Neal.
Cheers, Jeff. Cheers.
After going on circuit on the typical session that they specially set up for us, we then eavesdropped a little bit on Les Wood, one of their chief instructors.
Right, and the idea of the incentive of that system, the ideas there were to use your body weight and be aware of your body weight on the bike and using your body weight to steer the bike and use it on the bike. How did you feel it went for you? Any feedback, any input?
I thought it was a lot more stable. Just being able to move the weight to one side of the bike, it made a huge difference in the stability of the bike.
It will do. The idea, what we try and get you to do is to try and move your body position. The classic thing people tend to do is braking into a turn, they brake, bolt upright, and then as they're peeling into the turn, they'll move the body weight to use the body weight to steer the bike. It's too late, upsets all the suspension, we need to get it done early, which I think you found. You were moving your body weight nice and early before the turn, turning in, controlling it, and then sliding it back up on the bike so you're getting the weight over the back wheel as you accelerate out the turn. Great, that's just what we're looking for.
Well, as Jeff has already explained, today was not just a race school, there was also a track day taking place, with one rather famous face.
Mr. Whittam, how good is it to see you here? And I must say, how nice it is for you to allow Tony Scott the European Superbike School here, because this is your day, isn't it? It's a Speed Freak.
That's right, this is a Speed Freak track day as opposed to a race school.
Yeah.
And yeah, no problem. I know Tony and I know Neal McKenzie and
because you know your old mate Neal. But how do you see the difference between the two? Do you see them as complementary? Because I mean, you're now well established. What is it? 5 years you've been running your school?
Yeah, I mean, there is no real big clash really between a race school and our track days. Basically, race schools provide bikes and teach people how to essentially go as fast as possible around the circuit. We rent the circuits and then have a load of guys on their own bikes. We offer them as much or as little advice as what they want. Some people want to come on a track day
and fly around with their mates all day, which is fine as long as they don't cause any problems. And other people want a little bit of help. They want a little bit of help with their bike setup. They want to learn how to go a little bit safer or do things that they wouldn't necessarily be safely be able to do on the road. And that's really what we're about.
Because that's the important thing. You're not actually teaching anyone to do anything. I watched your briefing earlier, and you're actually you're warning them of the pitfalls and watch it on this corner and that corner. But it really is up to them, isn't it? And you're just got this sort of fatherly eye on them.
Yeah, I mean, really, most of my days taking up is helping people out in various ways, but we're not essentially a race school. We're a track day where most people come on our days, they just want to go around a circuit and know what it's like to be going around a circuit that they've probably been 15, 20 times to watch a meeting at.
Yeah.
But if somebody does want advice, they want me to follow them around on our own bike, no problem with that. We'll do as much or as little as what people want.
Okay then, gentlemen. Well, I can see people getting kitted up in the background, so we'll leave you to it. Good seeing you again anyway.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Bye. Well, that's about it. We've got track days if you just want some good, clean fun with your mates. But if you want to go that bit further and perhaps actually take up racing, you've now got your own European Superbike school.